Hi everybody, welcome back to our channel, Hume's Little Homestead. I'm Katie, my husband is Ryan. I don't know why I pointed back behind me, he's getting ready for work. We are growing our family and building our little homestead. I just woke up. Check on everything outside, and I'm definitely super nervous about how last night went because we left the Cornish cross chicks outside with a light in the chicken coop, and it has been getting chilly at night, and I'm really nervous about how the garden did because I put it in May and I usually wait till June, and so I hope everything did okay last night. I don't think it froze, so let's go look and see how everything's doing. Oh, it's very warm outside. That is good news. Feels very warm out here. Oh, I'm glad it's warm. My weather prediction was correct. Well, Google's weather prediction. All right, let's see how these babies are doing. Yay, they're all doing great. Wonderful. Hi, guys. They all made it through the night. Oh, good. They ate all their food in this one. I'm still free feeding them day and night. So I'll be filling up all their food containers. I'll get them fresh water. These guys are obviously doing well. I made a decision on the mother hens. I'm not going to give them those Easter eggers. I'm going to let them keep sitting, just in case I want a broody hen. I'm going to leave the light on for now. Whoa, chicken's crazy. I'm going to leave the light on for now, but I will be turning it off later in the day when it's warmer. It's not chilly, it's not cold, but it's definitely not 95, 99 degrees, which is what I want to keep these guys at while they're still so little. That chicken wants their food. I need to feed them. The reason I am not giving the Easter eggers and the olive egger and the one lone chick that hatched from the incubator, the egg experiment, is because I just put my garden in, so I'm not going to let my chickens free range today. They have been getting into the garden, and I will show you, they have done a lot of damage to my onions and garlic. And so I don't want them getting in, damaging all those things that we planted yesterday. I would be devastated if they got in and ruined everything. So I'm going to leave them in their run today, and hopefully they can't get out of this hole from that animal. But with that being said, I didn't want to put chicks in there because it will just be overcrowded, because I've got chicks on the other side, first of all, and leaving all the adult hens and the adult roosters in this run will definitely create some problems. One thing that could happen is the adult chickens could peck the, look at this right here, could peck the babies to death. That's one thing that could happen. And I just don't want that to happen. And another thing that could happen is That's basically the main thing that could happen. And the other thing is I can't really control what feed they're eating, and they need to be on chick feed. So they're on starter grower right now, and in a few weeks I'll switch them to grower finisher. I'm actually switching the ducks to grower finisher today. I'll show you them as well. They are getting huge, and I'm super excited that they're doing well. So, oh, they're like running to the door thinking they can be out and about. Sorry guys, not today. You have been destroying my garden, and I can't have that. My flower garden is bouncing back. It definitely did not like that freeze, but some of them look fine. This one looks great, but there's a few that are brown. They did not like getting frozen. I should have covered it. I even said that to myself, I should have covered it. But look what is coming up. The hummingbird bush, or no, it's milkweed. Milkweed. So it's like attracts butterflies. The milkweed is coming up. That's what it looks like. I'm pretty sure that's the milkweed. The second one is right here. It didn't like that freeze either. It was doing better before the freeze. Anyway, it's doing okay. The lily did just fine in the freeze. So that was exciting. No more lilies have come up yet though, so I'm sad about that. And I was impressed that my little squash plant survived the freeze. I didn't cover it or anything. I'll show it to you. It's the only thing that popped up. It's a winter squash, and it survived the freeze. Well, as of yesterday, it had survived. Let's see if it's still alive. Hi, are you guys hungry? Let's see. Yep, it's right there. It survived. Woohoo! Moment of truth. How did the garden do? Last night, first night outside, there was a little tiny bit of wind, but it was for the most part cloudy and peaceful. Like I said, it was going to be a little cloudy. It's cloudy this morning, which, oh, it's just a perfect day when you plant your garden, when it's going to be a cloudy day the next day, or if you plant your garden on a cloudy day. It's just the perfect time for your plants to get completely finished off getting acclimated to the weather. So tomorrow's supposed to be sunny with low wind, so I'm really excited about these 2 days of putting in my garden. I couldn't have asked for more perfect weather right now. I should not jinx myself because it's very great right now, but in the afternoon the wind could kick up. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that the weather report was correct. Well, these plants look fabulous. They were pretty saggy yesterday, but look at them now. I got them good watering last night. Looks like everything did great. I was so nervous last night, and this tomatillo was looking pretty beat up when I planted it, but it looks like it's loving the more water. It's loving this situation a lot better. Well, that flower's looking a little sad, but it's to be expected. It got a little colder than they're used to because I've been bringing them inside at night. I'll just, yeah, got a little cold for this one. Good thing I didn't put the rest of those out. That. Ooh, they look so good. These aren't anything. Those have been growing outside forever. Everything looks really, really good. Oh, look how beautiful it looks. I'm so excited. I think those leaves are just beautiful. I'm so excited right now. Look at the zinnia perked back up after some water. Looks amazing. Ooh, that tomato looks really good. There's our eggplants. I need to, now that this guy's perked back up, he needs to be on this side of it, I think. Wow. I don't know much about eggplants, but it looks very similar to how a tomato grows. So, besides the leaves are way different, but I can see a bunch of shoots coming off of the shoulders right now. So that's really interesting. Those are my little experiments. So today I need to weed. That one had a little sun scald from getting hardened off, but I think it'll be worth it that it got hardened off because now there won't be any, hopefully there won't be any problems with it getting full sun outside in the daylight. Ah, what a good, wonderful sight. I'm so happy that everything is doing well. I will be getting the ducklings out. I'm going to be very quiet when I go back in the house because everyone is still asleep. It's kind of nice to have my alone time in the morning. Yay, everything looks great. The peas are looking a little sad. They didn't like that freeze. I thought that peas did fine in freezing weather, but definitely turned them really yellow. The tops are coming back green. I'll show you. So they're really yellow up until the very top, which I'm assuming this growth happened yesterday. But they're getting taller. I mean, that's cool. This one wasn't really affected. It's looking green all the way up and down, so we'll see. I'm not very good at peas. I think it's because I forget to water when it's still winter time. And when it's cooler outside, I forget to water, so I feel like they don't fare too well, and I think that it's definitely my own fault, but maybe next year I'll try harder on peas and lettuce and all that kind of stuff. It's just not cool weather crops are not my forte. Let me show you the onions and garlic and all the damage that the chickens have done. I've been mounding it back up, but I didn't yesterday, so you can see what they did yesterday. And they keep getting in through that gate over there. Where is it at? Because it's shorter. So that's why I definitely don't want them out today, because all of that stuff I planted, they would definitely destroy and ruin, and I can't have that. So I need to come up with a way to keep them out of the garden. This works well. This is 4 foot tall. So that works well. They don't really hop over that very often. But I don't know. I think I made the mistake of having them be in here. So now they think that this is like their domain and they can just come in here whenever they want. So that was my mistake. And they remember that there's bugs in here and goodness. And I'll let them in here in the fall on purpose because I really want them to dig things up. But at the moment, I want them out. So they have to stay in the coop today. I hate that. I love when they can free range, but they've been a little bit naughty lately. My garlic did not survive my chickens. I have one section of garlic left. It's right here. And they're doing way better anyways. I keep saying it. I'm going to find out what variety that is. I'm going to do that right now so I don't forget. Another super, super exciting thing about today. The quail eggs are in transit. I'm so excited. So they shipped yesterday from California. I bought, if you haven't been following along, I'll let you know. I purchased 2 different types of quail egg. Celadon, which are the light blue ones, pretty coloring, and the jumbo Coturnix, or just regular Coturnix. I don't know. Coturnix as well. And they are the brown speckly quail eggs. And I bought these eggs for hatching, and it's kind of why I did the egg experiment, because I wanted to hatch chickens along with quail. And I wanted to test the incubator test both incubators test both incubators hatch rate. So our first incubator had a very poor hatch rate, which I'm not surprised, but I'm definitely bummed because it's exactly what happened last time. And the second incubator, Farm Innovators, I'll be testing that one out, and I'm super excited because it just looks like a higher quality of incubator, and I think it had a 4.5 star review online. We bought it from our local Tractor Supply, but it had a really good rating online because there were two that I was choosing between, and both of them had good reviews. But the one that we didn't get, the biggest complaint was keeping humidity correct and holding temperature, which is the main problem I've had with the current incubator I'm using. In the past, I had a styrofoam incubator. I want to say it was a Little Giant. And I don't know, it just got really old, and my cat started to scratch it, and it wasn't the greatest anymore. It was good for about 4 years. I used it definitely a lot in those 4 years that I had it, but then when I wanted a new incubator, we got this one off Amazon that I just barely tested the chicken eggs, and it was just, all of the times I've hatched in it, it's been a poor hatch rate, which sucks because I get the eggs to hatching and they look like they're gonna hatch and they look great, and then I only get 1 or 2 chicks. And well, the last time I got 3 chicks and one fell down and drowned in the water well. So to prevent that, I put up towels, which I think blocked the airflow, which suffocated the eggs. So it's been a learning experience, and I'm just definitely not going to use that incubator anymore. I learned a lot from that experiment. I don't know. And like I said, I wasn't surprised by the outcome, but I was definitely bummed because when you see 49 eggs, you're like hoping for at least half, you know? And when you get one chick, it's just a little disheartening. But so grateful. Tractor Supply had a sale on chicks yesterday. They might be still on sale today because the manager, who is also my friend, was saying that they had a ton of chicks, like a shipment come in, and they need to, cycle them out. The ones that are out on the floor were getting older and they really needed to go to their homes. So $1 a chick yesterday. So that was really cool. So if they brought the new babies out and they're not on sale anymore, I'm sorry. I should have posted about it sooner, but I'm excited. I was so excited because I got 25 chicks for $25, and that is like super good deal, especially for the olive eggers and the Easter eggers. Those are usually like more expensive chickens. I know that's kind of nerdy, but they are more specialty because they lay really cool looking eggs. So I think Haley thinks they're going to be laying like sparkly eggs or something because they're called Easter eggers. I think I have to explain to her that they're just going to be like green and maybe blue and dark green. So I'm excited for this. So I gotta go get the ducklings, and yeah, so the quail eggs are in transit. So they shipped from California. I ordered from Alchemist Farm, and they have been so kind and sweet. So I ordered it on May 4th, and their quail stopped laying, and they were like, I emailed and I said, hey, I'm just checking on my order. And they emailed right away, like within 5 minutes, they emailed right back saying, we're so sorry, our quail are experiencing, they were having some weather problems, like it was getting really hot and then really cool, and it was messing with the quail laying. And they said in their email that it was just taking a lot longer than they had anticipated. And I was like, oh, no worries. I wasn't in a big rush, I'm excited. This is the first time I'm going to do quail, and I'm excited because I had found their website on Instagram, and their eggs look really pretty, and I love how they run their business, and they're like all solar powered and I hope I'm saying this right, they're all solar powered and like green, so they don't use chemicals and stuff like that. So I just think it's really cool that they're growing their business like that. And so anyway, I was like, oh no, I can wait, no worries. And so then I was kind of like, the wait was kind of on, like, when are they going to ship? And so I said, put me on the wait list, because they're like, do you want to be on the wait list? And so I figured, maybe by July, because when I hear a wait list, I think like a couple months out. And then I got the email on Thursday or Friday of last week that the eggs would be shipping on Tuesday for sure. And so I was like, oh my goodness, they're going to be here before my birthday and they're going to hatch like on our anniversary probably, because they only take 17 days to hatch. And so, well, probably right before our anniversary. And I'm super excited because we booked our anniversary trip for the week after. So it'll be perfect. I will have had a week to learn how to take care of the quail and before we go on an overnight trip. I always get nervous to go on overnight trips, to leave all of my projects behind for a little bit. I'm always like, oh, I don't know. I love to go on trips, but I'm nervous to leave my animals. So anyway, as of yesterday, the quail, they shipped yesterday. I was tracking them. I was so excited. I was tracking them. And they are in transit, which means they should be here very soon. So hopefully it's like overnight shipping and they'll be here today. I just have to wait for that phone call and I'll take you along for that. So woohoo! Also, I have to do a quick shout out and thank you to everyone who purchased tomato plants from me yesterday. I was hesitant to post about my tomato plants because I just feel nervous to sell things. I don't really like selling things, but I sold them for a really reasonable price and I'm almost completely sold out. And so I just want to say thank you. I have a few friends coming over to pick up their own tomatoes. I'll be making deliveries this evening after those friends come out. So they're coming out to my property, and then after I show, they want to see the farm and everything. So after I show them, then I will head into Holbrook to drop more deliveries off. And then on Thursday, I will be doing my delivery to Joseph City. So I just want to say thank you. I was so amazed that I had so many customers so quickly. Thank you to my mom for sharing my post, and just thanks for all the support that we've received with this little homestead venture. I'm so grateful. And I planted 100 extra tomatoes, and I think now I've got 16 left, and of all different kinds of varieties. I never knew I would be a tomato farmer, but it has been such an adventure and so fun because I just love growing tomatoes, and sharing my love of that with you has been really fun. So yeah, thank you for ordering and purchasing. And here's all the tomatoes separated, and these are my plants for my garden that need to be hardened off today still. These are tomatoes that are separated for customers. And I just wanted to check on these little babies in here. I need to clean their brooder box. They're all doing great, and our little one is doing so great, getting along so good with the buddies that we brought home for him. Because I was saying chicks don't do well on their own, but look, even though it's so much tinier, it just loves its new sisters. Those are all girls. I'm not sure if our chick is a rooster or a hen, but very cute. Has a little spot on its head. I think that means it might be a rooster. Today I'm going to start hardening off my pepper plants. I'm not going to worry about these tiny herbs just yet. They are super tiny, so I'm not going to worry about hardening those off. But it is time to start hardening off my pepper plants. Now that I have freed up some of these containers, I can use them for peppers. And here's more tomatoes that are going to customers. I have them all separated out. So these are the ones that are still for sale. Most of them are very small. So these are all my $1 tomatoes. So if you're wanting a tomato, these are $1. And these tomatillos, I don't think I'm going to sell them. I took them off because they're too spindly, and I feel too bad selling a plant like that. But these tomatoes look great, very healthy. They're just really small. But once you put them out, they'll take off when they're in the sunlight. They just do a lot better outside. So anyway, the rest of the tomatoes are only $1. And then I was really excited. If you remember, I think it was a week ago, we planted together some more herbs and they came up. So this is the foxglove, feverfew, and I just saw some St. John's wort hasn't come up yet, but I just saw some snapdragons coming up. They are so tiny. Look at that. And then yarrow mix came up first, so it's looking really good. So I'm going to leave the lid on. And I'm going to turn my grow light on. This will be the first day for it to be under the grow light. Then I had some random herbs down here. I was going to sell them. Let me know if you would like some basil. I'll sell these for $2, these for $1. I don't know about selling that one. It's so tiny. But this is seeds that I saved from my cinnamon basil last year. I'm not sure it's going to be true to type. I was saying that yesterday in my video. The reason is when I collected the seeds, it was open pollinated and it was right next to all these other types of basil. I didn't save these seeds, but I had these seeds in a packet. But it was right next to this type. So I don't know if it's going to be true to type because it was open pollinated. And look at this pepper plant. I know you're ready to go outside, but you have to wait until the temperature gets warmer. And my other pepper plants. And like I said, I'm going to begin hardening all of these pepper plants off. And that will be good. With baby chicks, you want to make sure that you're checking for pasty butt every time you clean out their brooder box. And I just looked over their feet. I like to look over their feet really fast. So let me show you the one that I hatched. The feet are very clean without any poop or anything on there. And for pasty butt, there would be crusties there. And it's looking great. It's looking super healthy and great. Well, this is our little one that we hatched. There you go. Now, this chick that I got from Tractor Supply had a lot of droppings and feed stuck to its feet. So I just soak it in a little bowl in warm water, and it's kind of gross, I pick it all off, all of the, it's like, are you relaxing? Pick off all of the crusties off of its feet. And I do the same thing, make sure it doesn't have pasty butt. Has a clean butt. What?
Can I have chips?
Not right now. Can you close that door, please? And what I'm going to do with all of their feet, because they were pretty bad, and it's not anybody's fault, when they get stuck in those bins at the store for super long, the feet can get neglected. And so these are our girls that we want for our laying hens for my new laying flock. So I'm going to use a little cotton ball with a little bit of alcohol because I scraped them pretty hard, and so I could see one of them actually was bleeding a little bit. So I'm going to just make sure I get all the bacteria off because it could eventually get bumblefoot if any bacteria gets in their feet. So I'm going to use a little cotton ball with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, and then I'm actually going to put some Neosporin on their little feet. So that's what I'm doing right now. Your babies need some attention. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, you can't have chips for breakfast.
Why?
Because that's not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just going to clean it off just a little bit here. And I'm going to do this with all of them. Oh, there's some fluffy stuck on there. Looking at me?
Fluffy.
And then I am going to put
That's
a little
fluffier.
bit of Neosporin on there. Can you hold the chick?
Yeah.
Okay, you hold. This will actually work better if you help me out. You hold the chick right in front of the camera so they can see. And I will finish cleaning off its feet with alcohol. I didn't get it very good. It's scared. Okay. And then I'll put a little Neosporin on its feet. There we go. That will help prevent any infection on the feet. All right, I'm gonna do all the rest of them. There's 5 more to do. I will check the feet of our meat birds as well because they were also old, getting old for the store to sell. Some very sweet neighbors gave us some onions and garlic. So these are multiplying onions, and I believe this is the garlic here, and these are some other onions, I think. Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and plant those in my garden today. These are my leftover tomato plants from planting yesterday. They're duplicates of what I already planted, so I'm kind of waiting to see what the weather does. I have more herbs hardening off. I need to get those planted. These are ready to be planted, but I didn't have time last night. And these are I just barely started hardening these off, so I'm not planting them outside just yet. And these flowers, I thought they would be ready, but I planted one and it's looking really beat up. So I'm gonna hold off on planting these flowers. But I have a plan for where they're gonna go and I'm really excited about it. I just started hardening off my pepper plants, which I am thrilled. I'm so happy with how they're looking. They're gonna need to come inside in a few minutes here. They're definitely getting floppy, but I'm so happy with how they are looking this year, and I can't wait to plant them out, but can't plant them just yet. I'm gonna wait probably 2 weeks to plant the peppers. I just harvested a bunch of radishes. I need to wash off still, but I'm super excited with how they look. And right here, so right here is a bunch of weeds right now. There's a couple more radishes, but this is where I'm going to plant a bunch of flowers. I think that'll look really pretty, and just to have flowers right through here. And at the bottom is carrots. All of these beautiful green sprouts are carrots. There's a few cilantro seeds that made its way down here with watering, but I'm letting them grow. I'll have to harvest them pretty soon here because they're gonna start bolting. Now, all those in there are carrots, and right down here is where I'm going to plant the onions. A few sunflowers volunteered themselves, and I'm going to let them grow because I'm planning on putting sunflowers along this section anyway. And I really love having sunflowers at the edge of my garden. It's really good for the pollinators, and it helps shade some of the other crops and give some protection from the elements. So, onions are going in right here. I was going to bring in the peppers, but they are doing great since it's such a cloudy day. So I'm actually going to leave them a little longer. The last thing I'll talk to you about is what's on the menu tonight. Our cooking from scratch challenge is almost over, and I cannot be more excited. I'm still going to be cooking from scratch. I'm still going to be doing menu planning, but I'm not going to be filming every single meal. That has been a little bit tedious, and so I'll still share what we're eating and stuff, and especially if I try recipes, I'll share those with you. And anyway, on the menu tonight is French onion soup. We've had that already this month, and it was really good, but I am deciding to not do French onion soup tonight because we have leftover Italian sausage and leftover elk meat that we really need to use tonight. Plus, I just don't feel like making all of the French onion soup when I could just use up what we have. So I'm just going to do some type of rice-based. I'm going to make some rice, and I'm either going to cook the meat separate or make some kind of a casserole with the ground meat cooked in. That sounds good, actually. Like maybe rice. Maybe I'll make my own recipe. Like I'll cook the rice, and then I'll cook the meat separate, and then I will add like cream of mushroom soup and make a casserole and put cheese on top. So kind of like a meat rice bake type of thing. It would be very similar to the carrot rice bake, except I'll use meat, which Ryan will be happy about that. He likes meat in his meals. He'd rather on the meals that have just been vegetables. He's like, are we having meat? Anyway, I wanted to say thanks for hanging out with me today and show you the peppers. They're doing great. I'm so grateful that it has been a very calm and still and cloudy day, just like the forecast said it was going to be, because that is the perfect day for plants to be planted in the ground, and I'm thrilled about it. It's been a great day. Quail are in transit. quail eggs, I should say. Hopefully those will hatch. If we get a poor hatch rate on those two, then I'm just gonna be like, okay, I suck at incubating eggs. I'll claim it. But I've hatched eggs in an incubator before, and I've hatched like 15 to 20 eggs at a time before. So I think it was just that incubator, which that was why we experiment, right? So thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you're having a lovely day and that your gardening is going well and your raising animals is going well. And if not, I hope you're enjoying watching us and following along with our journey. Have a great day. Bye.